Okay. Where was I again?
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. Bits of cargo belt lie on the ground around him. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Right, internal examination summary.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
He says, and then concludes abruptly.
You don't even have a joke.
Nope. Right, NA.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
He gets close to the swollen mouth hole, eyes squinting from the fumes.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
He says after a while. Write it down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
He's really doing it. The dead man's teeth cut into his gloved hands.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there, sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like throwing up. Straight in that mouth.
No.
No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
I'm gonna throw up. Look deeper inside.
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
The lieutenant repeats impatiently. He lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Hepatobiliary. He wipes his brow. Why? Don't we have anything? I'm gonna say that.
Ah. Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it.
Right, NA.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
Right, NA.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits lividity in the lower extremities, feet, hands, and neck, visually consistent with the hanging.
Write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around. To the ground, the pool of feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Write it down. Omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries. Summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 feels. Leave a 4th one too.
He tilts his head. Okay. 1 bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
He nods. Write it down.
And your opinion, officer?
Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. Non-fatal.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
So these are the stones he's been throwing?
The lieutenant's admission has caused great gratitude in Cuno. He is silent with it.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal.
Right. Next.
Ligature mark. Finish the autopsy. What's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Write it down.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Awaiting your judgment.
What was that about no clawing around the neck? You'd be clawing for your life.
Opinion, fatal injury. They could have hung him after he died, but
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start.
he cracks an uneasy smile.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Wait, I don't get to take the boots no more? First, how did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We requested a test to be run on the genitals. That was the règle. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
Perhaps a drink is in order? Later, I mean.
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you? You are proving a useful detective. The organization would miss you.
He wipes his forehead.
Please get yourself together. The lieutenant from Precinct 57 thinks.
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Rip out a copy of the autopsy pages. Am I gonna lose Kim now?
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something? You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
Damn. I'm gonna try to remove the boots. Heroic. Perception. Maybe leave and then. So, oh, there's something else I need to do. Here we go. So, perception. There's nothing giving me perception. Oh no, there's nothing I can do. There's no point in me even putting. No point in me putting points into this. Research time. All of these are helping, right? Oh, except for that one. Logic. -1. My logic is bad. All right. Got a lot done though. Look at me go. Okay.
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
I might as well. It's not like it's gonna hurt me.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Give up.
The corpse seems to yawn contentedly, as though it's glad you've run out of steam.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
I've got a gut feeling that there's more to this corpse.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Okay, where do we find a fridge for the body?
Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building?
Yeah, he points towards the commercial area.
Why, yes, there was. It was massive, red eyes glowing in the dark.
So that's what the ice bear shaped refrigerator is for. Why, yes, there was.
Now, detective, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge, but I think we should still take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Okay. I
The
want
man
those
is
boots.
decomposing visibly. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
The lieutenant shakes his head.
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle.
Try to remove the dead man's boots again.
I thought we decided to leave it.
Okay,
Damn
okay,
it.
okay.
This is turning.
Alright, so we gotta run all the way. Oh, I could have went either way. I think. I was gonna go the long way.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current. The beer's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
Close the door. So,
Only the black cable is plugged into the breaker box, while the red one lies neglected on the floor.
plug in the giant red cable.
Somewhere in the dark, something close to you.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant
Okay. Trying to be quick here.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
So, what do you think of this fridge, Kim? It looks big enough for 2 corpses.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
But the optics on this are awful, he thinks. We need to be as silent as we can.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
The two of you, easily.
Okay, let's do this. Clap your hands.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the bed, then 10 more to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
He says, wiping his hands in his handkerchief.
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
Really? You think it's good work?
No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in a nice bare fridge. This story does not leave this room.
I think this is a glorious achievement, and people need to hear about it. We did our best with the means at our disposal. Yeah, I'm not proud either, but we did find a fridge. This isn't police work, Kim. It's art. We're artists, and this was our vision.
If I were an artist, this would certainly not be my vision. I would be much, much more conservative in my work. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Okay, so we need... I might have to just start putting points in here. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a long time. Okay. How much money do I have? 12 coinage. And what do I want to do now? Eight hours, right? 1940. I could do this. I need to do this. We're gonna do that later. All right. Oh what was this wall?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Conceptualization. +1. And the smoke. So I have +1 to physique, psych, intellect. Drink. I don't have any drink on me. Need to buy some. Let's go ahead and so does it actually give me 2? Yeah. It does.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Terrible. Okay. Why not give it a shot?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. You have no clue. It's just a wall. So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
I probably just won't be able to do everything, which is fine, I guess. Alright, I might have to fight someone here. Give me that. Let's get that. We're about to boogie. So this is where I am not supposed to be.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. The royal lion, Guillaume's kitten. This knocker will last a lifetime and then some.
Press your ear against the door.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Use Manana's key.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Well, buddy, you opened it. No need to go inside. It would be rude. Good job. Let's go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there. A white alligator. A fountain of quicksilver. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft. A whistle.
We are going inside. What's this? Give me that. A small suitcase full of clothes. Guess us staying over. A book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag. Give me that. Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
Tap on the mugs.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely unflattering caricatures.
What do I mean? Uncomfortable.
The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much.
So what? They can think what they want. This is a free world.
Of course, so very free. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Whip out your yellow man mug and compare.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash.
The lieutenant looks at the mugs next to each other.
And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, move on from the mugs.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun? What flag?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
What's the sevenfold sun miracle?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag. It is but one of the many strange optic atmospheric phenomena of this wondrous archipelago. You're sure you once saw sundogs in your youth, and blue flares.
Lieutenant, the old flag of suzerain. Point. Bow down before the flag. Finish fort. Wait, what? In your youth. Lieutenant, the old flag. Point.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
Don't bow to the flag.
The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
I'm gonna bump into a dude on the way out, right? Got your shirt. Okay. So I left the door open.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Where does Cuno live again? This is done. I gotta let him know. 12 Capeside apartment.
You hear someone walking around
10?
inside, rearranging the furniture.
Might need to, what the hell is half light? Okay. What I want. I wanna use some of this. Feeling good and looking good. Okay. It's this, right?
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita. Your heartbeat quickens, palms go sweaty. The siren of amphetamine is singing you her song.
Looks like we found where Cuno's dead lives. Points to the bill on the door.
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
We're gonna cut. We're definitely gonna cut.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. Snip. The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door. Don't let the quiet fool you. The beast is in there somewhere, ready to rip you to shreds with a broken bottle.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick.
The lieutenant looks worried. Just have your gun ready, sir. Is he sleeping? First of all, let's get the goods. Moolah.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw.
Take the speed from the table.
You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Don't wait. Celebrate. Blast that shit right here. Take inventory of it once this boring table shit is done. Blast it before you face the beast, Deruita. You're going to need the encouragement.
We're gonna... Glossy erotica covers the wall, wrinkled from moisture. Alright, we're definitely going to do a little bit of this. Why does it do that? Oh.
Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. Time to detect.
Will it make me into a super cop?
It'll make you into more than that. A mega cop. This is your modus operandi. This is how you've done it for years. Let's go.
Wait, but Kim is here. He'll be disappointed.
See? That's your problem. A lack of confidence. Speed can help you with that. And, Kim, it can help you with everything.
This is gonna be really bad for my health, isn't it?
It's not ideal, no. But you need the zeal. Let's face it, you're never going to finish this case without cheating.
Okay, my body is ready. Let's do this.
You raise the bottle, close a nostril, and inhale furiously. The rush is almost immediate. It tastes bitter and caustic and stings a bit inside your nose.
Good to have you back, officer. Mega Cup, the world has been waiting.
Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity, your little heart pounding like a bird in a cage. A sweat breaks out across your brow. Your jaw clenches. Whoa, this shit is strong. This shit is disco. Time for a little truth. Tell the lieutenant you did some. Clear the air.
Kim, I did a little speed. I hope you don't mind. It was for professional reasons. Feels great. Are there any downsides to this at all? Cool, let's boogie.
To this? You kidding? There are downsides to not being on it. There are massive downsides. It's a potent neurotoxin. You're turning yourself into a frayed idiot.
I'm not your mother. I don't care. Do what you have to do.
He avoids your gaze.
As long as you remain functional, he thinks. Now, let's get back to work.
Cool, let's boogie.
Spring. Everything is clear around you. You're ready to concentrate on the next task in the task chain.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a speed button. Speed gives +1 to motoric skills. Perception, reaction speed, hand-eye coordination, savoir-faire, interfacing, and composure. This is good before a white check, but
damages your morale. Well. Oh, that's going outside. No.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
What do you mean?
Nothing. You're right. Get in there. Deep. Invade every personal space. Break every lock.
I'm just browsing. It is my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world. Hey, I'm not some sort of peeper. Just browsing.
Yes, that's what it is. A quick peek here. A short glance there. It's all quite delectable.
Okay. First of all, take this. It's gonna be like you wearing my stuff. Gotta get comfy. It stinks with something sour. He won't wake up.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka. Some towels and a duvet. Some socks even.
Hold up, Lieutenant. Look at that pile of clothes. Slowly reach out your hand. The lieutenant has covered his nose. Slowly reach out your hand.
Something underneath there is breathing. It doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now, or you're gonna die.
Oh shit.
It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out.
Keep extending your hand towards the pile.
Your hand touches a greasy duvet, covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath it.
Pull the blanket off.
You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol, and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
Kim, is this thing even alive?
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
He points to a fleshy lump sticking out from the other end of the blanket. The limp seems to be twitching from time to time.
A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep. The bear is trying to wake up.
Is this Cuno's father we're seeing?
Well, judging by the color of his hair, I would say yes, it is.
The lieutenant's right. The man's unwashed hair bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. The light from the window falls into his half-open eyes. There's still plenty to be scared of here, just not what you thought.
I was expecting something worse.
I think he's still quite bad. I mean, what he has come to.
The lieutenant tilts his head.
This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but
The
at least he
lieutenant,
won't be beating his son.
the lieutenant thinks to himself,
A
okay.
pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty, and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake. His half-open eyes give him the look of a dead man, but he is in there and not enjoying himself.
This is serious damage. I'm still not sure he's not dead. Suddenly, the man starts growling. 3 words manage to escape his mouth, along with a strong stench of alcohol.
Look, he's trying to communicate.
Whisper? No. Figure out what he's trying to say.
The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pigs, he says. He's trying to call you pigs.
You awake? He's awake.
His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
At least he got to say his piece.
Maybe we should help him somehow.
What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side.
Poor guy.
We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. The almshouse would turn him down. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'll be dead in a few.
The lieutenant stops, listening to him.
The pile of blankets grunts miserably.
Let's say this. I took your amphetamine, old man.
Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body. He wouldn't be too thrilled to learn you stole his stash. It was the last thing keeping him functional.
Gonna beat the boy for that. So what? Did I not check this? Oh, Commodore Red. Alright, open up. Had enough.
You hear a poor communard from
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go.
later then. Entering this door seems a physical.
Okay. Ooh, it's getting interesting. Oh. Give me that. Give me that. go back to Cuno. What was that noise? Okay. Oh?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking at this?
Cop habit. You look at everything.
What kind of vehicle drove through here?
Hard to say.
Visual calculus? No.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
Start. Crash. Reverse. Turn. Oh.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Why that pang of guilt again? The hole in this fence doesn't look that huge.
Damn bartender.
He was exaggerating. People blame cops for everything that goes wrong in the world. This has nothing to do with you. As a matter of fact, you don't even know why you stopped here. You would never drive recklessly like this, and you don't have a car.
Okay, what happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
A car drove through the fence. Is this connected to the case? I think I got it.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
Is this connected to the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
I think I got it. Okay. So that's me, huh? Is there anything else for me to do here?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Ah. Visual calculus. I could do putting points in there. Where is it? Ooh.
Heavy workers, isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant. Workers' boot tracks. Oh, so it just went up. What?
Noted.
Noted. The lieutenant takes out his little notebook.
8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Where else have we seen a gang of men in work boots? That's right. The hardy boys in the mess hall of whirling in rags.
Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46. Just like Titus was wearing in his booth. This is the big dick. Titus Hardy. The one with the ball cap on his head.
Interesting.
Is it? They didn't even bother to change boots. Putting them on the scene is easy. Maybe even too easy.
Continue reading. Counting.
2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. Either the blonde muscular guy, Glenn, or the young guy with a plectrum around his neck. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. The inked banger, perhaps. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. Theo, the old smoker. You think you even see a tiny fleck of cigarette ash inside the print.
What else?
5. Another standard work boot. Reinforced toes. Number 44. Same as before. Either the musician, Eugene, or the muscle-bound blonde, Glenn. 6. Light as air. Same make of boot, but number 41. Small like a rat. Shanky.
I should have gotten this earlier.
Better late than never, detective. The whole world is dark and the tracks burn in it with strange beauty.
Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. The imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. Fat Angus. Carrying something?
And the last one.
8. Another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole. The right sole is smoother, more worn. Curious. A missing 8th Hardy Boy.
7 sets of tracks, right? The Hardy Boys were here.
The lieutenant has been tracking your eyes' movements. 8, actually.
That's all? Interesting. Then one of them seems to be missing. Anything else out of the ordinary?
Note to self. This would be a good question to ask Titus. Where's the 8th man? A leader like Titus doesn't let one of his guys out of sight easily, especially at a time like this.
This one, right? An abbreviation one soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the missing Hardy Boy. Wonder who he is.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He thinks for a second.
He regrets it the moment he says it.
A drummer? That's stupid. So one of the people we are looking for is a drummer. Don't say anything, just nod.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Interesting. If only I had come up with that idea.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent. I'm not sure. We don't want to attract too much attention.
You're right. Let's keep a low profile.
The lieutenant writes something down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the mud. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Revachol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
A light step, number 41 shoe.
I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardy Boy. The one with his front teeth missing.
You mean the rat-faced one?
Yes, well, he did look a bit like a rat. You're right. Do you think those prints belong to him?
The lieutenant thinks for a moment. Yes.
I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not.
Point, a heavy one. 200 kilogram imprint.
200? This could be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built armored man. Maybe it was a fat hardy boy, the one sitting in the middle.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
You're right. The fat guy from the booth was carrying the victim. Maybe it was a giant. It could have been one extremely obese person.
Possibly, yes.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
So, one guy may have killed him, and they covered for him.
So far, so good. Only one thing missing.
He looks at the tracks, face lighting up from the realization.
Of course, there were 8 tracks, but there are only 7 Hardy Boys.
Let him have his moment of joy.
There's one pair missing from the Union box. The 8th pair. I'm going to say it was our old soul.
So the odd soul was present at the lynching, but isn't in the mess hall right now.
Yes, I doubt the Hardys are going to tell us who this person is. For now, it's best if we just keep our eyes open. I'm sure our investigation will eventually lead us to the old soul.
We've been through all of it. Okay, Cuno.
Fuck does Cuno care?
I took care of the drug situation, boss.
Alright, so you got Cuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, give Cuno Cuno's kilo, then Cuno gives you half back.
Wow, he rubs his hands together.
That's how we split it. It's the best way, street way.
By kilo, you mean gram, right?
Cuno knows what Cuno means.
Alright, fair is fair. I'm keeping it. You don't need more drugs. You're 12. I'm keeping it, and I'm doing it all myself. Aren't you going to ask how I got past your dad?
Word on the street is, you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker, distraction style. That's some sick shit.
He nods approvingly to the lieutenant.
Not a single muscle moves on the lieutenant's face.
Cuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo, then we shoot the shit.
Damn. I'm keeping it. You don't need more drugs. You're 12.
Alright. Cuno knew you'd try that sneaky pig shit on him.
Tell him, Cuno!
He taps the side of his head.
Cuno's got brains. This shit doesn't surprise Cuno. So Cuno's gonna give you one more chance. Know this, pig. Shit is major.
He squints at you.
Major fucking choice, pig!
Cuno won't take this shit lightly. The pieces are moving, pig. This is fucking domino shit.
Not like he thinks, but you can feel it. Somehow, this will change things. It's not hard to see at all. You hand out drugs to kids. The lieutenant's faith in your judgment will diminish significantly.
What, if any, is the downside of not giving the drugs to Cuno?
None that you can see. No, you can see it. This young man has junior officer material in him. In another life, where he trusts you.
Maybe he unplugs the fridge or
Tick,
something
tick,
like
tick,
that.
tick. Decision time. What's it gonna be? You gonna fuck the Cuno?
This is staying with me. He's definitely going to plug that thing out. Right? This is staying with me.
Alright. You fucked the Cuno. Everybody, Cuno got fucked by his pocket pig. Just when we getting our business on, the pig throws it all away.
I told you he can't be trusted. I told you. I told you he'd steal the shit.
The little rat repeats it 6 or 7 times.
Relax, see? We got plenty of Kilo. Kilo underground, in the tree. This ain't about that.
He turns to you.
This is about you and Cuno. You mismanaged this shit. Now everything is fucked between us. How are you gonna make this up to the Cuno, huh?
In truth, Cuno doesn't really believe there's anything you can do to make up for this. The damage is irreparable.
I looked around in there. It's not the easy life you've got going on in that apartment. Cuno, I met your dad. There were tons of unpaid utility bills there. I did right not to give you the drugs. Let's conclude this. Cuno, I met your dad.
Yeah? How the fuck are you still alive, pig?
It was dark in there. We sneaked in and got out. It was what you said. Kim dressed up as a hooker, full drag, distracted him. Cuno, your dad is a half-dead alcoholic. He was sleeping under some clothes. I killed your dad, Cuno.
What is this shit? He's fucked up on roids to drink more. You can't kill him. Cuno's dad says he'll die by his own hand. Die suicide style.
In his mind, his father isn't vulnerable the way other mortals are.
Cuno, your dad is half dead.
What?
His eyes become large and round.
His posture changes. The swaying rooster motion stops for a second. Then he gets it going again.
Fuck right. Cuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Cuno told ya. Cuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. Fucking breaking and entering shit. That's nothing to Cuno's dad. You got lucky, pig. Cuno knew this. Cuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Cuno knew you have a way in. Narrow window. Cuno window.
Cuno window. Come on, kid. Just stop. Stop acting tough, kid. You don't have to be scared of him anymore. Whatever scary things he might have been, he is nothing. Yeah, I was wrong. He's hardcore. A real killer.
Yeah? Cuno's dad is fucking nothing. Fucking coma shit. Stroke shit. Cuno's dad is so fucking violent. He's had a stroke many times. Shit.
He pushes on bravely.
Cuno's gonna have one too. Gonna be just like Cuno's dad. Speed shit, crime shit, fucking on the bed. Cuno's gonna go out like Cuno's dad. Revachol West style.
Stop saying all this sad shit, Cuno.
The whisper comes smaller than usual.
There's a touch of grief in there.
Fuck you talking sad? Cuno's got hard shit, death shit, nothing shit.
He punches the air. The kid breathes in and out like a boxer. You don't have to turn into that. Chances are you are going to turn into that.
Fuck right I am. Get your nun ass out of here before Cuno fucks it dead. You think 'cause you brought Cuno 1 gram of speed you're friends now?
And he punches the air again.
Turn into... Cuno ain't turning into shit. Cuno is that shit.
If he doesn't stop soon, he's going to collapse from exhaustion. He's red all over.
Cuno won! Oh, you won, Cuno!
The relief is palpable. The little hat jumps up and down behind the fence.
He did not win. There is a crack in there now, and it's spreading across the face of his certainty.
There were tons of unpaid utility bills there.
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit.
Let me guess, Cuno's dad doesn't give a shit about them. That's no place to live in. You have to find somewhere else. Find a job. Pay them yourself. Your dad can't handle things anymore. That's no place to live.
That's right. It's a shithole. Cuno's gonna move underground, Leroy shit, ancient shit. Cuno's gonna live in a fucking catacomb.
Yeah, in a tomb, Cuno.
The little one seems overjoyed at the prospect. I looked around and there.
The fuck do you know about Cuno's life? Cuno's got plans. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we got plans.
6 meters underground, below piping from before the war, the collapsed remains of the Martinez storm drain system. There are 2 stolen flashlights with piles of batteries next to them, beside 2 bedrolls, in the dark and opening into the lower tunnels.
I did right not to give you the drugs. Let's conclude this.
That didn't change shit, pig. That only made things worse. Fucking social worker shit. It doesn't work, pig.
It doesn't work, Cuno. Only our shit works.
She tries to bind their fates together. She needs him. Bad.
Okay, I'm off.
Cuno doesn't fucking care.
Ah, got your stuff though. Got your stuff. So I now need to go and talk to the Hardy Boys, I think.